Did anyone ever study an alligator, crocodile, and wonder how they survived so many hundreds of millions of years? Thick skin. Thick skin. Almost impervious to pain. That is an element that I think is so necessary in this day and age to be successful. Talent, all right, that's a given. You have to have some of that. Ambition, yeah, you got to have a hell of a lot of that. And this fear of failure, good helping of that, certainly.
Sorry for the background audio. It's the original video.
Inspires one to get out of bed in the morning, but the most important thing is the alligator hide. You have to be able to take criticism. I believe that some of the most talented people in the world fail because they can't take the criticism. They're too sensitive. Their artistic part of them.
I think this is one of the most important videos you could ever watch. This is a man who's talking about his own demons of caring too much about the crowd and fitting in, and how much he had to overcome of not listening to the people who told him what he could or couldn't do, how he should or shouldn't do it. And this caring, this afraidness to show your inner spark, your inner flame with no inhibition, I feel like is a true superpower.
Just can't withstand the withering intellectual verbal bullets that rip them to shreds. In other words, criticism. Believe me, I was told 1,000 times, well, not 1,000, but a few hundred, you're not cut out for this. You slur, you're this, you're that. We can't fit you into any kind of category. You should really quit. Seriously.
I think he's right. I think, the way he talks, he doesn't enunciate his words effortlessly. He slurs. He's got a certain accent dialect that is really unique. But he apparently made that his calling card, my friends. His uniqueness is what made him powerful. And so I hope that you can take your uniqueness, the things that people told you you should be ashamed of or makes you different, and use it as your calling card.
You know what? You should work behind the scenes. And I went, well, yeah, thank you for that. But everything you're saying is bouncing off. It's like bulletproof, Kevlar.
Thick-eyed, baby.
And that's what I'm trying to pass on to individuals, that you have to be able to be like a solid tree. You hear that hammer in the background? That's, yeah, guess what? People are working on the house, thank God. But getting back to the subject at hand, if you really develop this numbness, this inability to develop selective hearing.
Damn, bro. This guy gets it, man. Like, imagine if you had a mentor like him who made you impervious to the noise. A lot of us don't have mentors or guidance, right? But we can practice. We can dial this in. We can put time in, repetition in, that when you get that that comment that's an insult, or that criticism that's an insult, or that friend who has limited beliefs, instilling it into you and telling you what you can or can't be. You have a numbness to it all. Like you said, it just ricochets off. It doesn't stick to him. The moment we allow it to stick to us, then we start contemplating the idea. Then we start allowing it into our bodies. Then we start using our imagination to play it out of why maybe that person is right. And so we entertain it rather than repel it. And this is so important. No matter what's going on in your life, you have to have bug repellent. There's a lot of bugs out there trying to slap you across the face, telling you what you can and can't do. We need bug repellent. Spray that stuff on every single day and know that you're impervious to what your environment says you are, what other people say you are, and you find other people like this man, Sylvester Stallone, who motivate you and know that if he can do it, you can do it. And that's his message. He's showing that he was very average, not superhuman, but he found and carved his own path.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want that to dampen. I don't want you to rain on my parade, put out my fire, whatever term you want to use. It's the same thing. Don't be so sensitive to criticism. I've lived with it my whole life. Most people have. And most people give into it. They actually believe those words from other people. Believe the words that come from inside here. This is the greatest voice in the world. Your heart doesn't lie. Your brain, your heart, it tells you the truth. It really does. But quite often, we don't have that commitment to our own individual, what is the word I'm looking for? The individual commitment to succeed at all costs. You have to be so committed to the cause, blindly charging into the building.
We know when we get into the public arena, there's 10,000 people in the stands, and 10,000 people are going to have their unique opinion of you. And just by how things are, 50% are going to loathe you, 50% are going to love you. And it's the 50% that are louder, because we all want to be well received. But he's telling you that if when you get in the arena, you have to have thick skin. And when you realize that no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to contribute in a positive way, 50% of the crowd is going to loathe you. Get used to it. It's not easy, but you can do it. We can do it. We got this, baby. You got this.
I don't care if it's on fire, because that's like what the future is sometimes. It's like going into a burning building. You don't know what's going to happen, but you hope you come out the other side, because your goal is on the other side. Anyway, I don't know if this touches home.
Oh, baby.
But
come
I was
on
asked
now.
that question the other day in an interview, and I just wanted to pass it on.
Sly, thanks for doing this, man. Really going out of your way just to encourage people. It's the simplest thing one can do. But, man, people need to hear it. People need to have hope instilled in them again through people who deep down care about the human journey. Thank you, Sly. You the man.
Because I think it's a very, very important element to arriving at your destination. That's my opinion. Be an alligator. Or a crocodile, whichever one you prefer.
Yo, that's such a cool video. I'll tell you this, just starting a new YouTube channel, you still have those hesitations like, oh man, what are people going to think about this video? Oh, people are going to be negative. And it's in the back of your mind. But if I listened to those crippling voices, I would never have the balls to start a channel. It's hard to start in new territory, new terrain. You're sensitive to it because you do want to be well received, but at the end of the day, man, you can't control that. You can only do what makes you happy. And this stuff makes me happy, to find motivational content and just give it out to other people so that they may have a chance of it finding them in the algorithm, and it hits them in a certain place in a certain time in their life. And they go, shit, man, this helped. That's cool to me. And it's worth every single critical voice that comes at me for being whatever they think I am. So anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please give me a subscription if you haven't. We're a new channel. And if there's a video that you'd like me to comment on, feel free to drop it in the comments below. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.